Following the signs, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is a message for you. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not every reading will fit like a personal. So use your discernment. That being said, Pisces, today we've pulled the 11 card, Pluto, transformation for you. Funnily enough, like Pluto, after all this time, is, changing itself up and going to be moving direct. So it's really flicking that switch from all this internal transformation that we've had going on and this processing, this death of ego, death of self, is now changing in a way where this is going to be more presented to us externally and in those we deal with, our environments, the people around us. At this time, you could be really experiencing the feeling like you feel like you are quite tapped in. You might be enhancing your psychic abilities. You could be experiencing some paranormal activity as well. And you're really being guided and encouraged at this time to also remember to self-protect, as you are kind of in a space where you're highly susceptible. And now we don't want to be inviting any bad juju energies here or, lost spirits looking for a home. So make sure to self-protect if you are delving into any practices where you are opening yourself up and leaving yourself wide open here. So important to close down after whatever you're doing, like whether you are feeling quite drawn to something occulty or whether this is like new modalities and psychic abilities that you're working on. It's almost like that eerie vibe of when the Titanic is going down. It's not knowing when it's actually going to plunge under the water. So you could be feeling in your intuition just like all is not right. Like I can't trust. I feel like something's about to happen, or you just could be really sensing this. If this is regarding a relationship, this has probably been quite a difficult relationship or connection. This is something where it's been very, forced you to really dig deep within. This card can be an indicator of this connection deepening and getting into a more equal place, or it could end entirely. This can also be symbolic of schmexual things. So getting a lot of sex, not getting enough, or intense, passionate sex. So lucky you. You could also have recently had a discovery about your past or something linked to your past. And this could change like the course of everything for you in what you've always known to be true. So something could come as quite a bit of a shock if we think of Pluto, scorpionic energy, the tower. Like things are happening around you at this time for a reason and for you, for your highest good and for your purpose here on earth to be able to evolve and move on to the next cycle and invite in, all the blessings that you deserve. This card is also linked with the Six of Swords in Tarot. So it's like you're moving in a safer direction, wherever you have been, whatever you have been going through, know that it is coming to a close. Number 11 could be symbolic to somebody, or 22 here. We've got those two master numbers. Someone could also have Scorpio within their chart. But yeah, I think the main message in this card is that to trust the process. There is a lot that is ending and a lot that is beginning. Transformation is what is occurring here. And any resistance or shame or guilt or any negative feelings that are linked with this process that's happening for you, that may be advisable or worth having a look at as to why it's triggering you. What is, keeping you in this current cycle that, potentially you're wanting to move on from. Such a little planet, it has such a big effect, doesn't it? All right, let's get some guidance for Pisces. You've got the power. This is really It's got to be a collective message because it comes out a lot. You've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. Something to do with your hands here, Pisces, or something to do with what you are good at. You've got a lot of internal and inner strength here. Some of you could be gym junkies, or maybe you lift weights. Some of you could be artists. Some of you are writers. Some of you create something with your hands. Maybe you do Reiki. Maybe you are a healer. But it's like it's remembering that, you might be feeling like, oh, I need this before I can do that, or I need to do X, Y, Z before I'm going to feel like I can achieve this. And Spirit and the fairies are telling you, you've already got it. You've got the power, and it's reigniting that flame, remembering this about yourself here. Oh, where are we? I'll grab some of these little guys. So, if you are experiencing or in the thick of it currently, throughout these endings and transformation process that's happening for you, feel supported. Remember you're supported. Remember, it is all about learning how to balance it all. Look at her on that little tightrope. It's like I'm walking on a tightrope, and every step could be the one that I fall. Yeah, but you're adapting. You're adapting to, the changes that you're moving yourself through. Even though you might not feel like it at this time, you're very versatile in the way that you operate. So embrace that. Embrace your ability to be able to flick and be flighty at times. That duality that you have, as above, so below. There's something that you are really able to bring about here, Pisces. And the ladybug there. I absolutely love ladybugs. Especially when you find one. I just find them to be so magical and such a blessing. Let's see. Let's manifest myself a ladybug. I haven't seen one in a while, but I know the times where I've had some very, I've had good luck after them. Same with the, this is going a little off track, but the praying mantis. They are, they're really cool. All right, Pisces. So, Spirit, what can you tell us? What Pisces need to know right now? What is going on for them? Entanglement. Could feel very caught up in some things here. The fall, seduction, spring. Hang on 2 secs, Pisces. Okay, Pisces. You've really been deceived here, is what I'm really strongly feeling. A lot of you could have really felt quite, drawn to wanting connection in your life, wanting to feel desired, wanting to satisfy those certain primal needs that we have. And you could have found yourself subject to a very calculating individual who's now had you in this entrapment. This is someone that's very seductive, someone who's very alluring. This is someone that, look at those snakes. Someone's had you very entangled, and it would have started quite small, quite promiscuous here. Very subtle, very flirty. And that really could have erupted these feelings why not? Why shouldn't I? I deserve it. You could have really thought this person seems okay. They seem like they're into me, they're helping me feel quite good about myself here. But, this person's been acting from I wanted to say pessimistic space. I feel like inside this person is a deeply unhappy person. This is someone that's, you know, started using sexual desires and tools as like a suppressant for, you know, their longingness for actual real connection, for depth in connections. This is someone that's probably quite superficial, someone that has, you know, just learnt to be very surface level with people in order to get what they want. This is someone that's like quite emotionally manipulative and knows what triggers to use against you. So this is someone you could have quite easily had, you know, quite a deep chat with. You know, this is someone you've spent a little bit of time with. There's been a bit of a connection built that's, you know, had this, you know, sexual chemistry, this alluringness. You could feel like you were seduced by this person potentially. And now it's like, now how do I get out of it? Like, this could have been something very, you just thought it was going to be, you know, a bit casual, maybe a bit of office flirting or something like that. But it's developed into something much more where you're now suffering from anxiety before maybe going into said place where this individual is. You get a message as soon as you see that name pop up. You can feel the heart start racing. You can feel yourself just being like, oh, I don't want to deal with this. Like, it's starting to really affect me. So very fitting here to have the Fall with this card. You know, we've got Pluto energy, Tower energy here. Something is ending, something is changing. So right now something has blown up, or it's just about to. You know, this could feel like complete chaos and destruction. And maybe it's because of something you said, or, you know, you trying to free yourself from this, realizing maybe what this was. And basically now, Pisces, it's about just allowing this dust to settle, okay? Don't try and fix things at this time. Don't try and problem solve. Don't try and micromanage. Like, whatever's blowing up now is for your highest good. This is something that maybe potentially occurred in the springtime, or in the springtime is when the dust will have settled for this. You know, spring is all about renewal, vitality, and, you know, I always think of the baby animals that grow. Hello. But it's like spring is a promise of something new, something fresh here. And I'm just going to bring up what I saved. Yeah, it could be a new job or a new idea, a new interest or something that potentially is going to come in at this time for you. So let's get a little bit of tarot here and see how you're currently feeling. You know, if there's any blockages and any advice that we can give you for this situation. Alright, Spirit, please tell us, how is Pisces feeling in this situation? Pisces energy here. Okay, showing up. Look out. Got the Queen of Wands, the Devil, and the King of Wands in the reverse here. Yeah, there's been a lot of attraction and desire in this situation, and you've been feeling very, you know, something could have borderline been making you feel a little toey, a little crazy at different times, where you're just like, oh my God, like I'm a slave to this, I'm fiending for this, but at the same time, like, it is causing me to self-destruct. It's causing me so much aggression. It's causing me to feel frustrated. It's causing me to start lashing out in ways that aren't true to my character here. Or this is an energy of someone that you have been dealing with. This is something that's got you feeling very trapped in it, very restricted into forward movement. It's the King of Wands in the reverse here. The one's in the reverse, the Ace of Cups. You know, it's, you know, somebody here, Pisces, is like, they know what they're doing here, very much so. This is very calculated. You know, they're not losing any sleep over this situation. This could be someone that maybe is painting a picture for you, you know, that they're, you know, they really want to sort this out and, you know, why can't we just talk it out? All this type of thing. And, but ultimately, like, they're feeling very, you know, with this Ace of Cups here, they're still pursuing other things. Like, I feel like this is someone that's, you know, might put on the waterworks or pulls the sympathy card here, but really they are wanting to keep you stuck and bound. It's like you're feeling this to be your energy here with the Queen of Wands, is that you're not looking at it currently, looking away from this restriction, and maybe for some time you weren't seeing it quite for what it was. But yeah, you could also be feeling like, since this has occurred, I've been feeling creatively blocked. You know, I've been trying to stay positive here, that, you know, maybe everything is okay and that there is love here and that they do like me. But like, you're not feeling very supported. Well, there's no follow through, that actions aren't matching the words. There's no follow through with, any accountability. How does Pisces feel about this person? Judgment in the reverse. Judgment in the reverse, Ten of Cups in the reverse. You're feeling like, you know, the decision to be with this person has just really depleted you emotionally, spiritually. You could really very much be feeling like, you know, I'm off path. I'm heading into a path of destruction, or I'm not willing, you know, you could be feeling avoidant of life in general, of making decisions, very indecisive out this time. You can see them as not someone who's not willing to sacrifice anything in order to, you know, have fulfillment with anybody else. How are you being viewed this week? Three of Cups in the reverse. How is Pisces being viewed? And the Three of Wands. Yeah, someone's seeing you as, you know, no more Mr. Nice Guy, basically. And that you could very much be looking elsewhere and, you know, contemplating on, you know, what direction will I now go in? What am I waiting for? What's the mutual energy between this connection? Four of Pentacles. There's a lot of resistance of letting this go. It's holding on here. You could be feeling like, well, you know, I'm hurrying. Just one more time. Pisces, no. You know, you've got to really look in and to see, like, what is this connection doing to you here? Is this connection salvageable? Got the Tower here. Eight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like even when this is blowing up, you know, it's still going to be moving in a direction that's, you know, there's no growth, there's no nurturing to it, there's no, you know, someone could really struggle here to bring abundance into your life. You could feel like, all right, like, putting everything into this connection, but yet like my home's falling apart, my money is going to shit, you know, something really important to, you know, to take note of. Like, how are your finances been since you've been dealing with this person? How has the quality of life been in every other area since you've been dealing with this? Yeah, it's just a lot of stagnation within this, and stagnation for your abundance, for, you know, something that you've potentially been waiting for or waiting to achieve in your life here. So what is the advice? You're really going to have to be quite clear on your decision here to continue this forward progression. You know, keeping boundaries in place and being open to the new opportunities that are coming. Not trying to, you know, fix whatever's happened here. What's done is done. What you've said, you've said. You know, as a water sign, you could be very much feeling empathetic and like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have been so harsh, or maybe I should have said this, or maybe, you know, maybe we can be friends still. Like, no, this is requiring you to really, you know, protect your emotional state here, and, you know, consider the influctuations that you've already had and been experiencing here, because from what we could see earlier, like, you're feeling quite, you know, stressed by this situation, or you're feeling like there's deception around you, you know. Yeah. And I see you walking away, Pisces. Yay. So what's next? What's next for Pisces? Any further advice for Pisces? Eight of Swords. That's either your energy or this person, but like feeling guilty, feeling like, oh, well, now I don't know what to do, or I can't, and the Knight of Cups. You could feel a little stuck on this, a little moody by it. Maybe you start getting in your head thinking about this person with other people, and that makes you a bit insecure here. But this could all be happening due to not taking some time out for yourself to heal, to have downtime. So, you know, when this is happening for you, ensure that you're getting plenty of rest. Ensure that you are, you know, I'm feeling drawn to say, put some positive affirmations around your house. Have something written up to be encouraging for you. So when you're getting in this slump and really feeling like I've made the wrong choice here, you can look up and be reminded. Have something, you know, yeah, it's like for a lot of you, not even in a position emotionally to give to this anymore, to give to something that's not giving back to you. Yeah. So really much time to consider your own emotions. Yes, you can be empathetic. Yes, you can be considerate, but you also don't have to invest in it. You don't have to put any further energy into that. I feel like this has been like one of those karmic lessons for you where, you know, you may be feeling a little self-critical, and you've got to also let that go too. Maybe this new beginning didn't come about. Maybe this was something that wasn't meant to come about as well. You're being reminded of, like, while the new opportunities are, you know, are there, they're not always the right ones for us to take. But you are still moving forward here. This is something that's left behind. Where are we heading? Yeah, into much better space, you know, on the other side of heartbreak, on the other side of mental anguish. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, this could really be like an end to reevaluating, like, you know, what you're putting your time and your energy into here. No longer investing in things that, you know, potentially cause you disappointment and pain. And this could really have you glowing up and becoming quite financially independent here. This could also be you know, heading towards an earth sign or someone else in your life that could be really like inspiring to you. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Like, feel like you do know this. So first things first is allow this shit to fall. Allow the dust to settle. And while this is happening, while you're in these moments of what do I do? Do nothing and rest. Use this time to reflect. I'm going to wrap this one up, Pisces. If it resonated, please drop me a comment. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe to Following the Signs, and I'll see you in the next one.